is on the scene, covering more local stories. News Radio KFBK.
Welcome back. Thanks for staying on board. John, to get us with you, News Radio KFBK. Been talking about the idea of effectively eliminating the requirement that bail be posted before a defendant can be released from custody pre-trial. And this taken place. That practice is already in place in other parts of the nation with less than ideal reviews. Eric Siddall is a deputy district attorney in Los Angeles County.
Partly cloudy skies overnight.
Also the vice president of Los Angeles County Association of Deputy District Attorneys. And he's taken time out of his busy schedule to join us this afternoon and talk about this, what he describes as a problem associated with this. Counsel, good afternoon. Welcome to the conversation. Sure, it's great to have you.
Thank you, and sorry for being late.
Hey, not a problem at all. I understand you're in an important line of work. You're doing very important things. You had an emergency, and we respect that. What should people know about this effort, about bail and about the idea of releasing defendants without requiring that they put something in to ensure the greatest likelihood they show up in court?
Well, this new bill that is being passed through the California legislature is basically another, segment of the Defendant's Bill of Rights. We had Prop 57, which passed just last year.
Right.
And this is the latest segment. First they wanted an early release for all the people that we got into prison. Now they want to make sure that no one actually shows up to court. So what they're going to do, under the guise of trying to protect the poor, is that they're going to have this new review body that's going to make a determination whether someone has to post bail or not post bail. This review body, their mandate is to make sure that no one has to post bail. It basically says we're not going to look at your past criminal record, or we're going to look at it, but we're not going to take that much consideration into it. We're not going to look at your past failures to appear, and it's not. It's basically a bill that protects defendants. It has no real protections for victims whatsoever. In fact, it doesn't even really consider the victims' rights.
No.
Just the latest line of litany of stuff that's coming out of Sacramento.
And we know that there are cases in which the victim of the crime is still the target. Still, there's hostility and animus towards that victim from the defendant. And by releasing them back into society without any restriction, without them having skin in the game, I think it just appears to me at face value to be a threat to the welfare of the victim. Now, you've got data out of New Jersey where they've done this, not long ago at all, and it sounds as though it's not been a success. Is that correct assessment?
Well, it's not just been a failure there, but it's also been a very costly failure. That's the other thing that people are not considering, is that this is a program that's going to cost the state probably around $2.5 billion. They basically barely fund the court systems, but they want to spend another $2.5 billion for a program that only benefits defendants and does not benefit the victims whatsoever.
Absolutely amazing. I had a conversation with your sheriff in Los Angeles County not long ago, and he offered that in Los Angeles County, where you practice, there are nearly 1 million active bench warrants out. People who have absconded after a warrant was issued for their arrest because they failed to show up in court as promised. That's with bail in play.
Right.
I think it's very foreseeable that, in other words, we don't have perfection today.
It's funny because in a lot of cases, what these advocates on the other side have done, and this bill is basically written by the ACLU. What the advocates on the other side try to do is they say, "Oh, look, there's this guy in custody, and he's been in custody for 20 days on a $5,000 bench warrant, and he lost his job." And so they find this one extreme example. Well, I don't know what it's like in other parts of the state, but I know in Los Angeles County that does not happen.
No.
Because the sheriff only puts people in custody if their bail is over $25,000.
Exactly. The same thing's true in Sacramento County. You've got people. The sheriff's departments in each of the counties and most of the counties in the state has an ongoing, relentless need to keep the populations under control in the institutions. Therefore, people are not unduly incarcerated. Counselor, I wish we had more time. I appreciate your time very much. I'd like to get you back on at some point to discuss this further, and I hope it goes the right way. I appreciate your efforts to persuade the legislature And you have an opportunity here if you ever need to get your voice heard. That's it for me, as you can tell by the sound of the music, but stick around. The lovely and talented Kenny O'Neill is coming up next with the afternoon news. I'll be back with you on Monday. Have a spectacular weekend. So long.